honestly, I like River. I think me and him have like a little scrim battle. So basically, level 1, we have like a level 1 truce. We always walk up to each other and we throw our skills backwards every single time. So River's a funny guy. I like River.
Okay, I thought he also said on stage there, and I got really excited to look
I'd
for
like
that
to
today.
see
I would
it.
love to see
We'll
it.
see it
I mean,
tonight.
we'll have to have observers track that level 1, see if they have the kind of handshake. But welcome back to the LCS and the State Farm Analyst Desk. It's CLG Contractz going up against Golden Guardians and River slotting into that jungle position. That's the biggest news here of the day when it comes to Dignitas and Golden Guardians. But for Golden Guardians looking to start climbing up the standings, my question is really, is River the right piece to fit into this roster to help make some changes?
I think he absolutely is, and the reason is because he is so proactive early. So when we think about Golden Guardians' early game, we've already praised it multiple times, right? For actually like their laners performing pretty well. They have a good understanding of what they want to do early, and a lot of that is still with PrideStalker actually farming a lot for himself because he is the type of jungler who's gonna farm up later until relevancy and then be a carry. Whereas River is constantly trying to do things for his lane. He can have some really, really creative pathing early. And in a minute, we're gonna have a whole like full stat screen of kind of some of the differences between them. There we go. That mid proximity, if I am Ablazeolive, I'm looking at this and I'm like, nice.
Yeah, you're
like,
big old smile on your face at that, huh, Rez?
Yeah, you're definitely loving that. You know, a little bit of trade-off, and I feel like a lot of these stats and just get general gameplay conversations with this. Wow, they already have a River with the Golden Guardians jersey? Well done there. Actually, I was wondering if that would be the case. So my question is, a lot of the times with junglers, you are a victim of your circumstances. Yeah. Your playstyle is really dedicated to what your team's strengths are. So I'm interested in what River is able to accomplish, because on Dignitas side, a lot of the times, at least in Spring Split as well, it felt like, oh, I needed to impact lanes. Like, I need to impact lanes early. When we get to mid-game, if we're even, this is great. We're a decent team-fighting team, but we generally struggle in the early laning phase, especially in the top side of the map. Whereas now you're on Golden Guardians, that's a completely different conversation. Very similar to Fudge, like, Licorice is your strong piece. So now are you more catered towards going towards the top side of the map, much like what PrideStalker was doing here than mid lane?
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's why the stats were so interesting to me, and I wanted to pull the top lane one too, because he had one of the highest top proximities of any jungler, because that was, if he was going to a lane, that was their focal point.
I will say,
here we go.
As a jungler, ganking top lane is the most likely to give you gold.
Yeah.
Ganking bot lane is the most likely to win you the game. So like top lane gank, 300 gold. Bot lane gank, Nexus.
You want to be rich, you want to be a winner. Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah, that's why I think this is a really good fit. I don't know if we'll see it right away, because PrideStalker, while efficient, you saw he was 10th place in kill participation. So he's getting gold to carry, and then it's not happening. So River, even though he's also not had any success in the Summer Split, from a team perspective, I think fits Golden Guardians a lot better.
So it sounds like generally we think it is a good overall move for Golden Guardians. It's about how quickly it comes to fruition. And I want to know how quickly y'all think it comes to fruition. CLG is not a pushover team here for Golden Guardians to come up against. Predictions down the line. Emily, do they come out hot with a win here, first game with River, or does CLG take it?
I forget who I picked, actually.
Oh,
what is it?
We can help you out.
Reminder.
In
the back.
Golden Guardians. Okay. I'm pretty sure, I was like, oh, this is really coin flippy for me too. What I really want to see from River is, I think, in general, just his understanding of where he needs to be in relation to his lanes is really good. We saw it initially when he came on to Dignitas, and he hadn't had a lot of practice with the team. So I think factoring in the way that Golden Guardians have played the early game and what we've praised them for, I think it's just that good of a fit that they're going to have a honeymoon period.
CLG is one of the better teams in this league. That's a tough challenge. They beat Team Liquid. You're going up against that team when you yourself just made a huge change. I was surprised they even got the graphic of him having a Golden Guardians jersey, let alone how much time he's played with the team. I think we need more time with him.
Okay, so CLG is the call there. And
it's such a huge week for CLG. If they beat Golden Guardians and Dignitas, they're going to be sitting at 8-5. One of the reasons I like and hate going last, also Golden Guardians, and I thought I'd be the only one.
Really?
But Emily has also really bought into them being better their record, and this also being an upgrade. So I think it's a close matchup. I think I favor them slightly.
We're obviously heavily focused on Guardians, because that was the move that was made. I think you dropped a little nugget, though, there around CLG in the record. Possible 8-5 coming out of this week if they manage to go 2-0, so a lot riding on these matchups. Now, as we get ready to head into the game, we're hearing from Palafox himself on the unique place he finds peace. Take a look.
Here at CLG, all of our players have different things they do in between scrims throughout the day, and Christian's is a little bit unique. Above our main conference room, we have a little area that was for storage, and one day Christian climbed up, and now it's just kind of his spot.
We're going up to the place that I hang out at during scrims and after scrims when I just want to chill. I got a sleeping bag up here, so I got some padding instead of just laying on the wood. I was looking for things to prop up my phone against, and I found this lovely mannequin becoming my best friend up here. Yeah, so I just usually lay down, prop up my phone, and just chill. Yeah, I think I've seen improvement from being up in the nest, especially with my power naps.
One hit left, and Santorin will stay alive. They get Bjergsen though.
If Greg told me I couldn't come up here anymore, I'd probably just sneak up here. Who's stopping me?
Who's stopping him? Who's stopping him?
Did you watch the man play last weekend? That was 1v5 for mid lane. That
Actually, he gets his own nest in the CLG confines and then becomes a 1v9 Azir player, the emperor of the birds.
He's got his little eggs hatching. Like, hopefully, they, learn to fly on their own. It's beautiful. CLG have looked very good. Golden Guardians, freshest face on the Rift. River has been traded to Golden Guardians. They are trying to make that push. Obviously, 4-7, not a great start, but you don't pay a buyout. You don't buy someone else into your team if you're not trying to make the push. We saw both Jat and Emily think this could be the play, and Golden Guardians are on the way up.
River moving teams is the biggest trade deadline news that we have all split. This is actually such a crazy good pickup for Golden Guardians. The biggest stat that I think should jump out at you from that jungle comparison, the 0% first blood rate for Pride Stalker. Now you've got River, so you've got a chance at getting first blood.
That man's in second.
And if we're looking at last week, of course, CLG are coming off that win, that huge upset over Team Liquid. That's going to do a lot for their confidence, especially for Palafox, who they just had that feature on. Because of his huge Azir performance. So mid lane also going to be a spot that is heavily affected by jungle changes, and we'll see as we get into it. So far, decent amount of actually mid lane bans this time around. More so, I would say, even than usual with Taliyah, Swain, and Sylas. Of course, Taliyah, I would always ban this against CLG. These roaming supports, Palafox is used so effectively.
Stixxay has not, he has actually won Seraphine game in the split. This will be his second, but this, to me, the queen of the patch still is Seraphine. Nerfed in the patch that is live, 12-14, but we are still on pre-nerf Seraphine. The AP ratios not yet nerfed on her heal and shield. She is very powerful. Stixxay will grab it, and with an aggressive jungler, this sets up Golden Guardians to play around mid, play around top. You've got infinite wave clear from Stixxay to kind of chill down there against Sivir. I think she has a better early lane against Sivir. Otherwise, Sivir's wave clear is down early game. Seraphine's still very powerful. They can AFK the bot lane and play for the top 3, and I think River will probably find some lanes to play through.
Yeah, Sivir has currently been just dominating a lot of champions queue as well. Some super common pairings. The Yuumi has been used with it, but basically any of these enchanters down there help farm up and help scale with the champion. Yone, both solo laners on CLG love this champion, Phreak. This could be either top lane or mid lane. Definitely the flex for CLG.
Yeah, 2 on Dhokla, 1 on Palafox, all split long, has looked good. Viego through, 1 more for Golden Guardians.
It also is already pretty good into Azir as a mid lane matchup, and that's a thing that Ablazeolive played against CLG last time around. So it's kind of soft, kind of warding off of that possible pick from Golden Guardians. They let their mid lane pick drop to the second half of the champion select here. They go with the blind pick Gnar, as you say, grab that one nice and early. I would say the Gwen is pretty popular. Gwen GP, both pretty decent options up there right now as well. There's the Yuumi that I mentioned for the Sivir. It's just so much scaling in the bottom lane. And when you see the early Seraphine, you think, hey, I'm going to have a pretty free lane for farming. Not going to be pressured too much, so they'll invest very heavily. And this is kind of a CLG classic from when they first got Luger and Poome. They would put so much effort into Luger to just hard carry this team before they added Dhokla and had some more possibilities of playing the map.
Absolutely. I gotta say though, Golden Guardians may have made the swap. However, I've been informed, and I double checked it, birthday buff is in effect. a birthday cat for Poome, 23 years of age today. Happy birthday, Poome. You get to play roughly one-handed. You know, you get a nice easy one to kind of coast and put the Yuumi out here again on top of a Sivir. It's going to be a pretty strong lane overall. And you know, CLG, right, 6-5 has been so much better than the last few years. This really does feel like a roster fans have gotten behind. You can see, right, that they are doing very well, and see if they can get it over the line here as well to go 7-5.
Yuumi, my favorite cat story of all time. Twitch getting banned out here by CLG, though, giving respect to the fact that Seraphine, of course, could be mid lane Seraphine. They could even rotate it to support. I think support is probably the weakest role for the champion still, pre-AP nerfs. So definitely like that respect there from CLG. They're covering their bases as far as these flex picks.
The question is, yeah, you don't have, I mean, you have okay engage, like Viego's pretty bad at it. Gnar is situationally alright, but you really do want something else that goes in, you know, the Nautilus Leona types and whatnot. Interesting that they do have the Twitch gone just in case, you know, wouldn't see Twitch jungle or anything, but Poppy may come through.
It's quite good versus Gnar engage. Looks like it does get passed over here though, so gonna go for more early game power at the last second. Phreak, we get it. Okay, so Gnar is definitely good against Gnar. Poppy is basically the bodyguard of League of Legends. Poppy and Alistar, the two champions that are really protective there, so we'll be able to ultimate out enemy jungler if Viego's not able to time the R from himself for immunity at those objective fights. Setting up
like
a really
this.
nice 5-on-5.
Wow, what a cool draft. So CLG had flexed the Yone until the very end. Golden Guardians say it's gonna be Seraphine mid after all. We grabbed it, you think you're safe on Sivir. No, Lucien Nami should do a lot here to push at the Sivir. Her range is short, you can spell shield the Q, but you're still gonna take 1 million damage from the auto attacks. Golden Guardians set up a very strong bottom lane. Just like that, suddenly you can play through the bottom instead.
Yeah, this is definitely a combo we have seen fail multiple times in the LCS though. If a Lucien Nami fails early versus Sivir Yuumi, that is a tremendous blow to team morale. Sivir Yuumi obviously going to have massive scaling there. So let's see. Stixxay and Olleh, a lot of faith here from the Golden Guardians put in. They go for the aggressive pickup here. Lucien Nami swapping over to Ablazeolive, have Seraphine in mid lane. We'll see if CLG can answer, because they themselves, if you're going to pull this swap, then Palafox all of a sudden gets a counter himself. And if you're putting that down in mid lane, it's the LeBlanc here looking for that kill pressure early and often.
See if he has the damage, of course. This is pre-LeBlanc buffs from 12-14. So the extra mana, the extra W damage, those are not in effect as well. Plenty of champions that are affected in the next patch here. This is still going to be a very exciting game because, I mean, just the drafts were really interesting. Dhokla ends up taking the Yone up in the top lane. He's against Gnar. It'll be his third Yone game now for CLG. But I like how both were drafted, right? You had the flex to one side. Golden Guardians flexing that Sivir to the very end. Any of those three roles are going to work out. The one they didn't actually ban was mid lane. Turns out I went there after all and found a counter pick in bottom lane. So I think Golden Guardians, I would say, feel like they've navigated the draft in a more interesting way, right? Huge bottom lane priority. Like, they could win the game through that. Stixxay coming in here, I think this could be a huge thing for him. And Golden Guardians are investing to say, hey, we are going to make the play up this split. Our hope is to make Worlds. Our hope is to make an LCS final. We think River's going to be the man to make it happen here. And so we're going to go on to the Rift, see if Golden Guardians have elevated to the level of CLG.
Golden Guardians River first game. It's a fresh story here for River. Golden Guardians stated this pickup, big moves from them is all aiming towards a huge playoff run. And that huge playoff run has to start now for them.
Speaking of right now, after the Poppy pick, we're getting Contractz thoughts on the champion right now.
Poppy is the best jungler in the game right now, just because she has a lot of gank angles she can go for with Hex Flash. So you always have to be warding well and kind of respecting her gank timers. Another big part of it is because a lot of dash champions are meta right now, and her W disrupts that very easily. And honestly, I think the biggest reason why she's really OP is because whether you're taking a 3v3 around Herald or a 5v5 around Dragon, her ultimate is always going to create a numbers advantage. You can be channeling when you're on the Dragon, when they walk in, you ult them away. You could be hiding on a pink ward, ult them away. You're always going to get a numbers advantage fight, which is favorable towards you.
As long as you hit it. It is a skill shot. I have seen it missed at the objectives, but I like that little, chime in there from Contractz talking about Poppy gank angles, because guess what? He's got big aggressive carries in both solo lanes. So we'll have plenty of options for those ganks. One of the biggest things to me when you do lock in a Lucien Nami, concerns for the team are, how do we keep the enemy mid laner and the enemy jungler from affecting this bottom lane? How do we keep them from putting a stop to what Lucien Nami wants to do? This super aggressive, even electrocute here as well for Olleh, big burst combination bottom lane that wants to have kill pressure, wants to be able to push up. If you lose control of mid lane, Phreak, even due to LeBlanc setup with Poppy ganks towards mid lane on a Seraphine, then all of a sudden your Lucien Nami does not get to operate as intended.
Level 2 in 3 minions right now as they fight back and forth in the mid lane. Palafox decent chunk down there to Ablazeolive, who will try to heal back up. Has to use Empowered W, wants to heal himself, but otherwise we get to see the trades go back and forth.
Now, we are seeing a little bit of a variation here from Contractz, which could mean he wants to go for a level 3 gank on Poppy, just as the really quick blue with Wolves, then Gromp, and he actually is going to go for the early setup. As we mentioned, if you lose control of mid lane early on, it's going to affect the rest of your game plan. Nice dodge on the chain, though. Ablazeolive is too good, too quick.
Really good mechanics there. Saw the chain combo coming through, sidesteps it beautifully, and then flash on Poppy. Exactly what is required. Nothing else would have made him live, so everything picture perfect there from him. Of course, we know Poppy has Hex Flash, so she can come back over the Raptors wall and make it that much tougher next time as Dhokla gets a good trade on a Licorice.
And I would say, even though really good dodge and flash timing there from Ablazeolive, you still had to use your flash, and so the key is repeat ganks, because LeBlanc with flash, Palafox is not going to miss the flash distortion chain. That thing will be point blank guaranteed. So all of a sudden now, Seraphine, the regular game plan of spamming out and pushing the wave as bottom lane's getting a little low down there, becomes a lot more dangerous. And Palafox has gained the early roam timer.
Oh, and Licorice is like screwed right now. Recalling on a ward or not.
Interrupt him though.
Yeah, he can backwards Q and then sidestep or just forwards Q and pick it up afterwards. Wants to delay the time. Okay, he knows he's on a ward now, but that is a full wave lost. Licorice is still level 3. He did not get XP. We'll get scraps now. Sees Palafox again. This could be enough. Contractz jumps the wall. 3v1. Licorice. His days are numbered. Is it going to be enough? He's looking like a tasty snack, and he goes down. First blood. Lollipop. He's got a sweet tooth.
The benefits of having not one, but 2 aggressive kill-oriented solo lanes. And even though Palafox did end up dropping a mid-wave there to the tower, which Seraphine was able to push in, it is worth it. They get the kill, and they get Seraphine teleporting up to the top side of the map. So now it should be Gnar going mid, Licorice trying to pick up, and a little bit of a swap for the side of Golden Guardians in reaction to the first blood from CLG.
Look reasonably safe. Of course, Seraphine is squishy champion as well, right? Tiered Doran's ring is not a lot of bonus health, and as Dhokla himself has the assist, hey, it's 100 gold in the pocket. He's already got his amp set, but he's not getting pushed out of this lane. Both these souls going to look pretty nice. A 12 CS lead in mid, a gold lead for Dhokla, and look at that, Ablazeolive, he may be up a level. Yeah, Yone doesn't care.
Yeah, nice level you've got there. The E all in there from Dhokla, quite safe as well, and it continues to retain pressure on that side. I also want to focus on the bottom side though, because after first recalls, pretty good first recall there for the Sivir Yuumi lane as well, which is focusing on the minions. They did have to use 2 summoner spells, as we saw with the aggressive move from Olleh and Stixxay early on, with the exhaust and heal being blown from Poome. But Luger himself does still have barrier and flash. Now this gank route is over wards, so River knows. Let's see what River can get done here.
And they're going to see Contractz now. Going to go, oh, doesn't hit the wall. So no extra move speed for longer.
Nami
Flashes
bubble.
Anyway, gets the stun, but not the bubble. Contractz may still drop. No flash kill on the board. Stixxay, 100 HP. Gets back to safety, though. Luger a bit low. Would have to kill him, though. He's got barrier. Shouldn't be killable. Burns it now. Still 100 HP. Stays alive. Flash! And Olleh takes the kill into the tower. The bounty hunter is here.
Oh, CLG misstep. The vision laid by Golden Guardian sees the gank path all along, and River comes down to make his presence felt.
Licorice does a really good job sidestepping basically everything, even hops over him. Level 4 versus 6 when that fight started. Comes out better on the trade. Impressive stuff. And again, huge stuff by the Golden Guardians bot lane as well to take those 2.
Yeah, really good collapse right there. Pinning Contractz against the wall. Even with the Nami bubble leading a little bit, they still have enough to get that kill.
Oh, that is a nice Hex Flash. That's going to be a chain. There's no way you live, right? Yeah, shield up for a second. Hang on. Should be enough there. There comes the Q, and Contractz on the board for a second.
Yep, sometimes you don't want to take the kill, but you've got to. Too much healing and shielding there on Seraphine to let Palafox get it, so they don't get the actual extra money onto the LeBlanc where they really, really want it, but River here on the top side as well known, and Contractz, he's been surfing around looking for all of these ganks over and over, starting to fall behind in experience towards River, who continually picking up a camp as he's heading in the same direction.
Yeah, and it's kind of aggressive, right? Both junglers on basically 2 kills and assists right now. River, of course, being doing really well to get that bottom one. Also up XP, you can see he's up 2.5 camps. We still get the Golden Guardian's curse of no first blood on jungler alive, but again, we can watch this fight, and it's just so well played by River and co.
Yeah, so they have plenty of time to set up for this. That's why I like the really deep wards here that you can see on the mini map as Poppy is coming down through the expected gank path. River cuts him off. Up right against the wall, goes for the flash stun. Licorice now under attack.
No Mega, not a good way out of this one. Honestly, misses one of the Qs, but here comes Poppy in the way, lands on the wall. That should be enough damage. Contractz 3 kills on the board.
That's what you get for continually surfing the map, though, Phreak. Hitting those ganks. Contractz does have a bounty on his name now, has basically cleared this top lane for Dhokla, though. Really, really nice for Dhokla to be able to push in because there's no teleport for Licorice, and the cannon minion just died. So that means he can push in the next wave and lose a bunch of melee minions there on the side of Licorice. Golden Guardians, though, because of the top side gank, they go for a bottom side play.
He's already trying to help the bottom side. They know there was a chance at a tower dive. He's pathing towards this side, but he's going to lose his Gromp already to River. They've got the fight. There's the stun. Good spell shield by Luger. Here comes the dunk. Forward turret shot's going to kill Stixxay. And it's a good thing you brought over Poppy. And now River's stuck in the wrong spot as well. Won't get anything else done. CLG find a 2-0. Palafox tries again for more. Sidesteps the root. Sidesteps the bubble. Still wants Olleh. Next shot going to come through, and he gets it with the distortion. On the board with number 6, and CLG want a 7th. Ablazeolive does have a flash. Will it matter? He's going to fall. Yes, a double kill comes through for Palafox. CLG 7-2.
Phreak, what are jungle camps? Contractz doesn't care. He doesn't need those. He goes straight from the topside play into a recall, beelines it bottom to go make the weak side play. This is one of the things you can use as a jungler to upset the timing windows your opponents are trying to play off of. They think, oh my god, I just saw enemy jungler topside. They made a play. Guess what? We're open on the bottom side for a strong side move. But he immediately just swaps over, doesn't farm any camps, gets down there for the counterplay, and you see the jungler at the top of the gold graphs.
Yes.
That is not a welcome sight for the Golden Guardians. Contractz comes down, Luger steps in to bait them as he knows the timing here from Contractz coming down, so it's perfectly set up. They bait Stixxay under the tower, all these tower shots taken, then River picks up the tower. It's actually perfect for them.
And River gonna get picked up now with Palafox as well. Contractz wants it again, and he gets it. On to number 5 now for the Poppy. Looking bad in the top lane. Licorice 1 hit away from dead. Dhokla flash Q takes a kill. CLG running rampant over this game.
Phreak, it's actually just murder after murder all over. We get out of a replay into another CLG pick. Very, very aggressive stuff here. And remember, they do have the scaling bottom lane.
Decent bit of damage there. It's only a root for Poppy ult, or the Yuumi ult, I should say. So Stixxay able to still channel his ulti through that one as a sidestep away. Still aggressive down there. I mean, it is a 20 CS lead in bottom lane. Kills or not, it's still a 200 gold lead for the Lucian. So CLG playing through their best lane that they have. I mean, you look at the rest of the roles, right? 1,000 in mid lane, 1,500 in top, 1,000 in the jungle. You really only have a Lucian.
You only have a Lucian, and guess what? That Lucian has to play into a Poppy. Contractz, we had a video from him at the beginning talking about Poppy counters so many of these dash champions. Guess what? Lucian, short range, relying on the dash for a lot of the damage that he wants to put out in these team fights and the safety. So makes it more difficult for him to play, makes it more difficult for Licorice to play, you know, the engage for this team as well.
And speaking of countering dash, we saw the graphic earlier. That man is entering the next game in an ice bucket. So props to Jack for winning the bet on which team would beat EG first. So stay tuned for the next game intro as we're just going to see Dash shivering for a bit.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
Me too.
Let's see about River looking forward to actually get something done here for jungle. You know, this guy really is an all-star pickup for the Golden Guardians. And he has been able to significantly outfarm the Poppy, but it's just gank after gank from Contractz.
Red smiling with a knockup. Double ult looks pretty good, and here comes the rest. Olleh wants to tidal wave. No. Kind of sniffs it out, but now River's here as well. They're going to find a lot of crowd control. Even Lucian's here, and they're going to give it over. Stixxay once again funneled the money.
Actually huge there, because all of the kills had been picked up by Contractz, so giant bounty on his head, and they finally catch him. Golden Guardians have had enough of these ganks from Poppy. They feed that money right into the Lucian. They do drop a minion wave on bottom side of the map in payment for it, but that is well worth. And River will then channel that into the dragon pickup here for Golden Guardians. Now you may think it's actually a lot later in the game than it is because there's so much action, but we're only just over 11 minutes here, so it's actually a pretty early pace, and Golden Guardians could try and focus on playing off of our fed Lucian, channel some dragon stacking, and look for a win condition off of Dragon Soul.
If you ever to Turbo Rush Dragons, 27-minute Soul is on the plate for you. It's a tough sell, don't get me wrong, but that's the pacing they're on if they can play it perfectly out from here.
And as you mentioned, if you directly just compare the AD carries, that is a power point for Golden Guardians.
No, damage to the front side. The heal comes across to make it sure. He's going to try, and he can't get it. Good attempt by Palafox, but the re-engage already there. It's going to be Golden Guardians on the board with number 4.
Yeah, nice dodge there from Ablazeolive, walking up instead of backwards. Doesn't allow for the counter kill. And River again, he makes the flash play on Viego, catches the kill here. Golden Guardians clawing back into it.
They'll try. 1,700 gold difference, certainly a bit of a painful one. There was still a Herald to summon. It will not quite kill bottom lane, but it'll go down to the last plate. Top in a similar spot as well. So Contractz, with any help, can finish one of the outer turrets.
River.
He's going to run into another jungler. Pretty good damage here. This guy, Red Smite and running away, but W will only give move speed. W from the Viego already on cooldown. Nothing else to block there. Get rid of the wave.
Yeah, always the advantages of the jungler that took the farming side of it. When you run into these one-on-ones and you actually find the heavy ganking jungler, should be able to chase him off.
Dives in for more Gale Force for more damage. Has to be careful. The rooted in place. Cooling comes across. Got to be careful again. Luger's one hit. Ignite takes the kill. Olleh's on for his third. Sucks that the Nami gets all the gold, but it's another death, though, on the CLG bot lane side.
Honestly, he deserves it. That was such a good bubble. That bubble is the kill there. Beautiful stuff from Olleh. Really making this Lucian Nami lane work now.
Yone could kill this. There's a chance. He's that Q1. Go for Q2. Okay, they're far enough away.
Yeah, good respect there, because if they had stayed for that turret plate, they would have died.
ER is going to kill you.
Trying to use that turret plate greed against them is CLG, but not taking the bait there. And that's what you need from this Golden Guardians bottom lane. This Lucian Nami trying to play off of them, trying to continue to have bottom side advantage and stack those dragons.
That's the whole turret, though. That's going to be so much money into the Yone. We talked about how Lucian's big, but unfortunately not a lot of kills to his own credit. Poome will actually share all the local gold. Would have liked him to back off. He's choosing to kind of funnel himself some more money, but a lot of money now onto Dhokla. Bot lane outer dies. The payoff, and they got it, I believe, just in time for the last plate. It just ticked 14 minutes now. I believe he got final plate gold, and then the charge will land, and it will be a low health turret down here.
Yeah, nice little chunk there. Definitely does help out with the split pushing, because as we've emphasized so many times since the patch, the secondary turrets on the side lanes are worth 800 gold now. Significant pickup. Let's take another look at how it started, though. Stixxay with a nice dash into Gale Force right in front of them. Had the cleanse off as well. And then the tidal wave into bubble, because Luger went for another auto attack after coming down from the tidal wave. And Olleh had the bubble in the air for the combo.
Just so aggressive. I mean, they were 1,000 range away. Gale Force auto Q. Like, you're just, I'm forcing this play to happen. Let's get it. And sometimes auto spikes matter, right? Like, Luger still not on his mythic. Of course, he went steel caps. Understandable based in the lane. You're the only lose condition is Lucian farming you. Luckily for him, it's Nami farming him, so it's not as bad as it could be. Nice chain's gonna land there. Blaze will try to sidestep, but it's gonna be Palafox landing it better. Way nicer trade. Good job of the CLG mid.
All right, I like this swap actually, where the CLG have put Sivir up on top side, just gonna be able to easily clear these waves by herself. Doesn't want to be anywhere near a super long lane or any sort of danger. Dhokla, meanwhile, is the richest person in the game now, so CLG trying to move him around.
And it looks like CLG kind of dropping away from the bottom side. Golden Guardians dropping away from the bottom side. Licorice now recalls to go to collect the wave. He'll get some of the money there, but I believe it's already pushing away, so most of the money is lost.
Now, next thing you want to look for, if you want to go for this game plan, we're talking about moving them around, is get some vision for red side around these choke points to allow Dhokla to utilize that lead and really split push up. That is the long lane. Whichever team really gains control of that vision, not only gains control of the split push, but also set up for Dragon.
He's trying to river there. Always knows he can distortion back. Palafox getting most damage he can. And the control one stays alive for now, as the mid lane is now under contest again. And CLG keep that one, and they're going to be the ones taking the top side river control. Well done. Oh.
What really matters right now, though, is going to be Dragon coming up in bottom side river control. So interesting that they're kind of bullying and using some sweeper cooldowns and stuff towards the top side as Dragon is coming up.
Nice try. Not going to land much of it, though. Contractz walks in a straight line, and it's occasionally the best way to juke. Dragon comes up in a second, as you're mentioning. Mid lane clear going to be pretty solid. Seraphine does plenty of that here. Double enchanter on the team, but it is Liandry's for the Seraphine to do a bit more damage. And now we see second Herald being attacked. Looks like it'll be traded for second Drake.
Yeah, good call from Golden Guardians. They're like, all right, we don't want to fight this Dragon, and we'll rather just at least trade something for ourselves. They don't waste any time walking down around the CLG territory already, pick up the Herald so they can try and push ahead and really empower again. If you can activate that Rift Herald up on top side, push super deep and get some money back towards Stixxay.
Drake definitely benefiting AD champions more than AP ones, so pretty happy to have 2 physical damage carriers in the squad. Poppy gets some value. It does multiply your base AD a bit, so you get more Q, more E damage out of that one. Top turret will be falling. Herald charge will knock it down from about this point, as they're going to make sure local gold will go to Stixxay. He's going to be in range for it. Even still, yep, there you go, 300 on the pockets. Turret plate gold obviously is gone and has way more range otherwise, so 300 gold onto the Lucien yet again, still trying to play through him as Golden Guardians.
Yeah, easiest thing is to use the terrain as your land markers. Not getting beyond the big wall there is going to keep you rich. Keep that local gold in your pockets, which is so important. We've seen too many players walk away from, especially the outer turrets as they're dying.
2-level lead. Thankfully for Licorice misses Q3. Would have meant several hundred more damage coming through, but he'll stay alive. Down 50 CS. It's not beautiful, but his job is play weak side and just engage a team fight at some point. But Dhokla, of course, going to try to keep splitting and get what he can done. 5-9 on the scoreboard, 2,000 gold difference. Herald already charged to close that gap a little bit. Golden Gun is what they're playing for. Not even attacking the mid lane turret. They could have done some damage here, it would have been safe. But instead, they're walking up the river and they got rid of a ward.
Yeah, and a super common strategy when you have Sivir Yuumi, super duper scaling duo, just keep them in mid lane here during the mid stages of the game, in between dragon spawns especially, and allow great split pushers like LeBlanc and Yone to extend the map. Because you have so much speed with Sivir ultimate and Yuumi zoomies to be able to join fights in other areas. As long as you're safe and wave clearing at your mid tower and your team is able to open up on these side lanes split pushing with these basically double assassins, then you get way more room to play with and way more flank angles looking to pick people off.
Always cool to see some confidence. Luger off to the bottom side. Yeah, I'll go through the river. I've got Yone pushed way far up here. We've got a ward in the bottom jungle. I'm not going to get hit. No problem. Get rid of the control ward himself. And letting the split push happen. We saw just a second ago, Ablazeolive was
36 degrees? Oh my God, that's freezing actually. That is so cold.
Have fun. You're a cold shower aficionado, right?
Okay, so yeah. I mean, I like cold temperature, but I mean, so cold temperature exposure for benefits is usually okay between like 50 and 55 degrees. That's 36 degrees. That's far colder than I've ever gone.
Okay. I just wait for it to turn warm, I'll be honest.
There you go.
Shower, like, water goes on, grab the toothbrush, come back over, it's warm already, you know. Don't go for it. Meanwhile, CLG gonna go for some ward kills as this one goes down. Dhokla tries again. Nah, I'll just take Krugs, sure. Bam, 26 gold earned, too many Krugs. Wave goes in the tower. Licorice is gonna keep doing his best to try to be relevant. Triforce is done, has the steel caps anti-Yone.
Yeah, I think biggest thing coming up here for CLG is going to be that Infinity Edge for Dhokla. Once you get that Infinity Edge spike for Yone, he's actually going to be a huge teamfight threat as well coming in. And that is going to emphasize that pre-work that we talk about as far as setting up angles for him to come into the team fights. See if they can have any flank angles behind this Seraphine, behind this Lucien.
Well, wards are coming down.
There it is.
Yeah. I.e., that is the 2-item spike you want from here. Yone really has to take off. I think obviously in bot lane, top lane as well, CLG outscales a relatively passive mid game. It's weird, Golden Guys, like, we're down in gold. If we're not getting farther behind, that's good. It's like, but CLG's scaling. So if really happens, we're also kind of falling far behind. It's a tough one, Golden Guardians, in a really rough spot here.
And guess what? Pick your choice as far as which carry Yuumi wants to jump on, because Yuumi is great on LeBlanc, huge burst damage, also amazing on Yone. It turns the Yone into an actual engage. To have Yuumi on your back, not only does it make you do way more damage, but also giving you the setup of that CC.
Beautiful stuff here as CLG pressure on the bottom side. Luger still shoving in mid, then going down. It is going to be River getting pretty much all the farm, but always feels weird to have a jungler to catch the wave. Means he's not doing anything else in the map. Nice try by Dhokla yet again. Does not land the knock-up, but decent damage to Licorice. Turret shot, though. There's a lot of heavy lifting, but with a shield bow, he'll go full health next wave, and it won't really matter. Palafox not quite going for big chunks. Could go for the occasional auto on the turret. He could choose to try to wear that one down. But he's deep into the mid lane. Looks like it is Golden Guardians going for broke to play for mid control. Out goes Gnar. Yep, Gnar's going to be okay here. TP is everywhere, but it's mini Gnar, and he's tired right now, so we will not have mini Gnar in the fight. Flash to stay alive as Dhokla goes for a bit more. Licorice can chase him down for a little bit, but as shield bow pops, no more damage will matter. Do they have the chance now, though?
Ooh, this is interesting. Dhokla can get back a recall first before Licorice trying to clear up this minion wave. If Dhokla can heal up in Fountain and get his teleport out first, it'd be huge.
Going to try for something, bit of a slow, not much going on right now, though. As Licorice is going to start his recall. Dhokla waiting for his TP timer. No ulti up. Here comes Palafox. Bit of damage. Good chunk. Plays all than a half HP right now, and they're going to bit low. Wow, they're biting off a lot right now. Palafox will drop. Stixxay makes the hero play. Gets buffed and goes for broken. Gets one. CLG forced out huge by the Golden Guardians bot laner. Dhokla had to beat in, but a little bit too late, as this will be Dragon number 2 for Golden Guardians. What else is on the board?
Phreak, it was all about Lucien for the Golden Guardians, and Stixxay delivers. Huge stuff from him. The former CLG AD carry coming up, picking off Palafox, even with the flash there burned from LeBlanc. Huge comeback here for Golden Guardians, grabbing Dragon number 2 for themselves. Very big takedown there. He did not let that flank, the LeBlanc annoying poke just snapping back. Stixxay says, not on my watch.
Rocket flip the switch replay. Palafox on the flank with a sweeper, and it's everything all about Stixxay.
And Palafox is trying to poke while they have the teleport channeling from Licorice. That was the whole point there. But Stixxay, with the range of the ultimate, comes over, immediately punishes him. Double dashes there for the extra range, and that's all that you need in order to get the objective for your team.
Thank you, Rapid Fire Cannon, for the range. Thank you, Nami, for the slow. And that's just enough to be like, you're mine now. This is going to be enough for the Colon. You're locked in place with it. So really good job knowing what he can do. And again, it has to be him. He's the only guy with the gold lead. Still, I've got to believe, Ablazeolive going to face check a Palafox. Be careful. Exhaust comes down to not die just yet. Shields come on as well. He'll get a quick heal. Charm's going to land, but do you have anything else to do? Because the next cooldowns are coming up soon. Contract's on the way over. Palafox doesn't find much for it. There's the eviction out of Lollipoppy. Wouldn't have changed much. At least everyone lives, but Ablazeolive is down his flash.
I'm very curious if Dhokla, because everybody's up on top side, can actually get some more ground on bottom half of the map with this split push, because that is one area that is still scary for Golden Guardians. It's really nice for Golden Guardians in the 5-on-5, but
doesn't get out of much. Ult doesn't go almost anywhere as well. River going to be taking a lot of shots. He will find low health. Palafox goes down. Olleh gets his 4th kill of the game. Battle Nami is to be feared.
I love it. Olleh with the aggressive Nami coming in this game, really picking up so many of these kills. In the end, they make it a 1-for-1. More money into this Nami, and it's honestly not too bad, because once he gets the Putrefier, he can actually apply the Grievous Wounds to the entire team. It's a very efficient item. Really does increase the power of the overall 5-on-5.
Going for a bit more now. Dhokla wants to steal the red buff. Should have it. There we go. Waits at the boomerang. Goes, now I know it's mine. Thank you very much. Level 15 still holds a level lead and a 60 CS advantage over Licorice, so has done pretty well to maintain and slightly grow his advantage, sure. Have not seen the towers die on the side, though. It's mostly been get the farm, look for a play, but to be fair, he has not found the plays. The gold lead for CLG has been stagnating, dropping slightly, and again, their scaling is fine. They don't really have to play hyper aggro. Based on the last fight, though, Golden Guardians still going to fight back.
There he goes, though. Looks like on this E timer, should be able to finish off that turret. Does get the whole thing.
And 16 to 14 temporarily in levels as he gets a quick look from River and Olleh, but they're like, he's too far away and he's too big, not going to have anything happen.
Exactly. Got to get back over here. CLG take the opportunity to clear out this vision. Now, Golden Guardians, again, they've got the power of double enchanters. So looking for the big grouping plays around Stixxay. Stixxay thus far has really delivered for them with this Lucien, some aggressive double dashes. It's going to be about these double enchanters trying to buff him up and keep him upright. If that Lucien drops, all of a sudden, Golden Guardians, the whole team comp kind of collapses. Then it would just be up to River resets.
So we're going to look at the rest of this one as Yes, that one goes down, and Golden Guardians keep playing around Stixxay. Luger, by the way, if you want to know the numbers on the Sivir rework, basically at 3 items, Sivir Q finally does more damage than before. There's a crit scaling on it now that's pretty much mandatory to get the damage up there, so it is actually less damage to the Qs right now for Luger. As far as will Richter do more damage, it depends entirely on the fight. Base damage is down, but it can multi-hit the same champion. So are you getting 3 ricochets in one champ? Great, more damage than before. If you're not, all right, less damage. And again, the scaling a little bit stronger on the Q, so Luger's still on the way towards item 3, Infinity Edge, most of the way there. Right about now, breaks even as the same 2 damage as a prior build.
Yeah. Until then, maybe we'll see Poome kind of surfing around on the solo laners a little bit. Dhokla, of course, is level 16, highest level in the entire game right now. So it's definitely a very good Yuumi holder,
Yeah.
as we can dub them. See if he can go for some of these fishing plays. It's very nice for Yone. You can always just look for stuff, pop your E, see if you can go for any quick assassinations on any of the squishier champions. Fish around. If you can't, you can't. Usually can remain fairly safe.
So the waves go down once again in the middle lane. Seraphine, incredible wave clear on her way towards her 3rd item. A ways to go for it. I actually might see her go Banshees because LeBlanc has been a threat for her. There's, I think, a logic of just like flat AP and flat haste are just the ways you get more shields. CLG might contest this one as Baron is getting burned down.
They definitely should. 10k HP on Baron. Golden Guardians get what they came for. The teleport is used. So that's Palafox's teleport down. Golden Guardians, it's a good job just switching right off Baron after they got the teleport.
Chunked pretty well. You stood Contractz trying to play bodyguard. If you dash forward anymore, I will block you for it. But it means the AD carry and jungler are stuck in mid lane, and Golden Guardians go for their 3rd Drake. Dhokla going for heroic, sees the damage to River, jumps right back out, and they can burn this. There is no Contractz. There is only a free smite. This will be Drake 3 for Golden Guardians, but what about the way out?
Nice stuff so far from them.
Honestly, I think they have enough way to disengage, though. That was really good. Golden Guardians, they got a chunk in mid. Palafox almost dead. Oh, but he's going to trade back when they will get him. Mid for bot, but the tack on the side lane. They knock down one more as well. That is going to be Viego dropping his life. A dive out of the tower, a double kill through for Dhokla. Huge by the CLG top lane.
Oh, Golden Guardians just had 2 really nice macro plays, drawing the teleport from Palafox up to the top side of the map, then running right down to Dragon and sneaking that one. But then they lose it all with a Stixxay play. Now CLG on the Baron. What can Licorice and Ablaze do about it?
Licorice has stolen Barons in high pressure before. Already Ablaze forced to flash away. It's going to be tough. He is Mega Gnar, but how do you win a 2v4 when they're healing every couple of seconds? Get a bit more damage, but there's no way you actually get through this Yone. He's got too much healing. Yeah, he is huge. He's got a Yuumi. There's no way. Mega Gnar buys some time. That is it. CLG will claim a Baron. CLG will jump to a 6,000 gold lead as CLG look to knock down the new Golden Guardians roster.
And Palafox even revives in time. They wait long enough that he gets the Baron buff as well. 5 members of CLG now wearing purple.
There's always the potential out of the Dragon's Soul, but CLG came to play.
It's this play. We kept on putting so much pressure on Stixxay, and he wanted to, again, 100% to zero Palafox, but the exhaust on him, and then Palafox says, not this time, buddy. Flashes forward with the Yuumi on him to get the 1-for-1, and that forces River to overextend to answer the kill. River was hoping for, okay, I can R reset and get back out, but he gets nailed against the wall by that Poppy, and Big Dokes really... Actually, the biggest player here from CLG gets the extra pick under tower, and then
maybe more soon. Tackle into the wall. Here comes LeBlanc. Is it going to be a kill? It is. It is. It's Ablazeolive dropping down yet again, and CLG walk away like, thank you for the 450 gold. Mid tower's next.
All right, with that Baron buff, Dhokla's already got top lane minion wave pushing in here. Luger just assassinating the minions down mid lane as well. They immediately disappear, and here comes the tower dive.
Looking a bit more. Licorice gonna hop away to safety. There's a bit more going on here. Yeah, 1K. Oh, the ult would be the kill. No, the Zhonya's. The stopwatch required, otherwise Licorice would have died. Nice attempt there by Dhokla, getting away from the chain. CLG, 7.7K, 8,000 now, the FTX gold advantage.
Yeah, he's playing with confidence, Phreak. Wants to do it himself, going for the tower dive, uses the ultimate, heals back up off the minion wave with the Yuumi.
Yeah, this might be a kill. No, okay. Yeah, that was a very important bubble, I think. Otherwise, Licorice could have been chased down and killed. Squishy on the Gnar, waiting for the revive. Ablazeolive is back now, level 15 on the Seraphine.
He really did just change the entire way this CLG team plays once he joined. Dhokla here, such an aggressive player. He's maxed out, level 18 now, and CLG still with Baron buff to work with. A whole minute means 2 more minion waves.
More damage on the Olive, down to 1k health here. Dhokla would like a bit more, but no ulti means no way to go for the kill. 11 CS a minute on a Yone. 3-0-2, 700 gold bounty. Would barely walk back a 10th of the lead CLG have overall.
Nami
Quick
ult.
little stun. Ulti looks all right, but Contractz on the other side, the rest of the team getting away. They don't find their fight. Just for safety, Contractz channels the R. Goes on a very short cooldown when stopped, so pretty safe one to always hold on to. And next fight will always have it back.
And pretty soon, Phreak, Luger is also going to be a scary champion. Big magnifying glass has been on Dhokla the majority of this game for CLG. Him and Contractz running around with all the ganks. But the Sivir has been a scaling, and even with all the early shenanigans coming out of Lucien Nami, now he's really ascended. Infinity Edge has been done. See what they can do next.
Grab a bit more gold. You wait for it. 4,500. The Red Bull Baron power play pretty nice. Went to 6k off killing the Baron. I went up to 9k after getting more done. So CLG, I think, doing a really good job of knocking down all the freestanding gold out there. The bottom inhibitor is open, mid and top, ready to be attacked soon.
Yeah.
This, however, is Dragon Soul coming up.
Honestly, too, Dhokla can just keep Eing into this team. There's no threat that's going to stop him. They're fairly short range, so he can E at them even as they're grouped as 5. Look for these little chunks on people, snap back to the Yuumi heals. He's got a Guardian Angel on top of it as well.
Do you try a CLG? Like, do you just give up Drake and wait 10 minutes and hope you catch up in some way?
They're just looking for some pick here.
Yeah, they might find it. Going back is the LeBlanc at W4. Says, I don't like it. No chains. Attempted stun by River. Here comes Dhokla in for one. Cleanse a stopwatch for Ablazeolive. Will he survive at the end, though, is the question. The snap back. Luger Gale forces in and finds one. Finally, a bit of vengeance. Gonna try for a bit more. Palafox burns his own Zonia's. Sivir still able to shoot.
River.
No kills coming through. Going back in now. Contractz nearly finds his stun, but Licorice is pretty tanky. But will they win a 4v5? Honestly, if it's a good Mega Gnar, there is a chance River wants in. The ulti would be really big damage, but too much health coming back from the Yuumi. Luger at 1k health will not die to a Viego, and this means CLG will claim Dragon number 5 of the game.
Yeah, you could tell on the side there was an off chance River, the Predator, looking around for one of these low health resets, hoping for a pop-off montage, but CLG, nobody getting below 50%, so there's no opening there. They do deny the Dragon Soul for now to Golden Guardians, and we'll go for the reset.
Well, we keep waiting and waiting, but obviously CLG looking so good here. They win the fight 1-0.
Yeah, here's another look at it. Again, we're talking about Dhokla can just E into this team. He goes fishing once again. This time he catches a Blaze, and the Seraphine ult goes up towards Baron instead of over towards any other CLG members. Then, as you say, with the added damage from Luger, they pick up the initial kill. Palafox can just Zonia's. River was maybe hoping for an ult opportunity over the top of the wall there, but nobody quite there.
Yeah.
And they can't get the opportunity. If Licorice, like you're saying, maybe had Mega Gnar a little bit earlier and could flash in to help him with that, it might have been one of those giant Viego reset plays.
Yeah. If you're looking at heroics, I think theoretically Olleh could have landed the bubble on Palafox. He was flashless coming out of Zonia's. You can land the bubble such that you will hit mid distortion. It is tough. You're in the middle of a 4-on-5, timing a Zonia's on like a long-range skill shot. Like, most people won't hit that, but theoretically Olleh maybe could have been the man of the match and snipe that kill, land the bubble, trade one back. Yeah, obviously it's a long shot, but theoretically doable, even for a human. Sadly, doesn't get it there, so it is the 1-0. It is the Drake and CLG, once again, weathering the storm of a possible Dragon Soul, which would bring back some of the leads.
Yep. And like we said at the very beginning, they have so much damage scaling on the side of CLG. It's just getting more and more painful to watch from the Golden Guardian side. They do not have a range advantage for the Golden Guardians, so they're constantly at the mercy of these CLG plays. And it's really up to how can Golden Guardians turn one of these CLG plays around on them. This team has been over-aggressive in the past.
Looking at it now, I think they are aware it's being aggroed, but be careful. The rest of this one, River cannot find that stun to LeBlanc. Good snap back, and here we go. Dhokla should be easy to walk away. Yeah, he and Contractz pretty fast overall. They've got their ways to get away, and they're going to do so. Mid lane under fire, and as long as CLG can't get into mid lane, there's a chance Golden Guardians can take this for a turret bounty. 500 gold for the turret itself, maybe more for the bounty. Let's see. Looking at gold on a Licorice will tell you how much the bounty was. 50 plus whatever. Not going to find the rest of the damage, though, as over the wall comes the wave clear, and CLG will not lose an objective. A single turret. Only thing on the board for Golden Guardians is slow, not bad in the Contractz, but he's still tanky, still has a Yuumi. Not gonna find that kill.
And CLG here trying another tactic. Just use the Dhokla as a split push. If he can get inside, break that inhibitor turret, it's well worth sacrificing outer turret in and mid.
Yep. There you go. Bit of money grabbed up. Thank you for the bounty. Gonna try again for a bit of poke. And yeah, Dhokla will be knocking down an inhibitor. Golden Guardians gonna do what they can as they run back, but be careful as you are running towards your top lane. Guess what? CLG can run towards his Baron. And how do you answer both right now? Because Baron's just being attacked, and Golden Guardians have given vision control to Palafox. You can knock down that one ward, and good luck, you're running through fog. You know they ran there. You saw the 3 run towards Baron. You've got him out of defense.
They left 20 health on that inhibitor. Not even a minion auto to finish it off. Dhokla goes in though!
Big double knock, but he's gonna find 2 kills for his team. The follow-through comes in, and River, he's gonna be dropping as well. Stun will not quite land, a well-buffered ultimate. But there's no way you live anymore. You're gonna try, Stixxay, you're gonna try, but it's not gonna happen. Here comes the attack in the back line, and CLG are gonna break Golden Guardians over their knee. 4 for nothing right now, going for a bit more. Gnar tries his hardest, cannot even kill Palafox. He's gonna try. There's the chain. There's a sidestep on the stun. Kill comes through. The ace for Yuumi. Bud Light ace for CLG. This time they do it against the enemy team, and they're gonna find a bot lane ripe for the pushing. Down goes the Nexus turrets, and the Golden Guardians fought valiantly. CLG are gonna be the better team, 7-5 as they push up the standings. A well-played game, and huge from their top laner Dhokla, huge from their jungler Contractz.
That is now a 2-game win streak put together for CLG. Stringing them together, Phreak. The beginnings of a streak heading into playoffs for this team. They see Golden Guardians raise them a river mid-split change, and they don't care. Contractz runs all over them. Speed ganking this map, every single lane. Nobody is safe, and CLG are able to snowball.
And with that, CLG moves tied for 4th with Cloud9 and FlyQuest. They are a game behind 3rd. They are 2 games behind 1st. With about 6 more to play, CLG definitely a very good team in this split. I think the transformation they got with Dhokla has been big. Unkilled in this game. Last I checked, 11 CS a minute. He was popping off.
This game is actually the perfect evidence and proof for that change, because if you think to the past, CLG, everyone is like, okay, fine, Luger can hard carry this team, but that's their only hope. Palafox always has to gank bottom. They always have to focus all their resources to bottom lane. That's the only way to win. Well, guess what? This game, they picked a scaling bottom lane. They did not have any control for the majority of the game from that area, and it doesn't matter. Jungle, mid, top, all step up.
Yeah.
They get the dub in pretty dominating fashion.
And I'm really pleased to see how much more proactive Contractz was. I think back to Dhokla's 1v9 game on, I think it was Fiora, where he got no help. He was 1v4 against, I want to say Team Liquid, 100 Thieves, it was 100 Thieves. He was 1v4 in top lane and still almost outplayed it. And we just saw Contractz just farming. And this game, Contractz was everywhere. He was on every counter dive. He had like all of their first 4 kills. A big blow up for him, because I know Spring Split was rough for him. Summer's been hit and miss, an improvement, but this was, I think, a huge game for him. I think he put the early game on his back, and then the end of it, Dhokla carried.
All right, he said, Poppy, best jungler in the game right now. There's so many creative Hex Flash angles. He got really good use out of that Hex Flash. To me, the most impressive one, though, was the topside play, immediately resetting into the bottom, where then Luger is able to actually bait the tower dive. That's when CLG really took over. They got 4 kills off of that one. Massive, massive swing. Really good communication from the CLG team allows them to pull that bait off.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think they definitely played, I think the entire game really well. It's tough to win that bottom lane, right? They flex picks and a counter picked you. Like, you're not supposed to win that lane, and they didn't, right? But they lost pretty gracefully, and the rest of the map did really well. So beautifully done by CLG. Now, question. Did you come to the LCS studio for Star Guardian Saturday, or have you recently joined at the studio to witness video games in person? Well, if you answered yes to either or both of those questions, check out the web address on your screen, because our friends at Eastbat are hooking up LCS fans with free photos from their time here at the studio. Check them out, download them, get onto it. I took one with Mark Z and Travis Gafford in front of the Star Guardian.
Your biggest fans.
Yeah, you know, they are my biggest fans. I'm their biggest fans. It was a match made in heaven. It was a very good photo.
Yeah, I'm always outside after the show, by the way, after whatever games I cast too.
That's true. I often am as well. It's how going home works. We are going to go in and tag, and yeah, of course, tag everyone in your favorite photos on Twitter. We are joining LeTigress and Contractz for a Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you, Phreak. A CLG victory here on the day, and I've got Contractz. In fact, at the start of this game, we got to hear a little bit of your thoughts on Poppy. Can you recap for the audience what you think of the pick and why it worked so well here today?
Yeah, I mean, Poppy's been rising in strength in the past couple of weeks. I think mainly because of her creative pathing that you can do with Hex Flash. So you can like flash over walls, you know, Hex Flash, different angles that aren't really warded. So just being creative is Poppy's strength.
digging a bit more into that and how things went in this game, because we're all looking at Golden Guardians with the jungle swap coming through, River being very early and proactive in his games. How did that affect your approach to this game to get the victory?
Not much, honestly. Just any other day, really. Just practicing like what I can do and what's best for my team, and enemy jungler doesn't really matter too much.
So when it comes to what you can do and what's best for your team, any insight you can offer into that? We've got a few weeks of the regular season, so things are getting a little bit tight.
I think the main thing is just getting my team on the same page, making sure we're working towards one clear goal, whether that's practice or just on stage as well. Just making sure we're coordinated and going for the same thing.
Well, one way to keep everybody focused and going for the same thing is getting a 2-game win streak so far. A big victory last week against Team Liquid. How is that affecting you all? How you're feeling in terms of the team development at this point in time?
The Team Liquid victory was definitely a good morale boost. I think we were looking pretty shaky for a bit. The games prior, I think we were like 2-5 or something before that. So definitely good for the morale boost. And coming into this week, a 2-0 is expected. Anything less is disappointing.
And with that in mind, because when it comes to standings and seeing playoff potential in the future, you really do have to think about those individual wins. You are now in a 3-way tie in the middle of the pack, I believe. Do you internalize that all when you're thinking about where you need to end as a team in terms of a motivator for yourself?
Not necessarily. We kind of just take it, at least for me, I take it game by game. I know what I'm working towards, and that's doing well in playoffs and making an attempt for Worlds. I think that's something that we can do. And we're all confident in. So, just focusing on ourselves is the biggest thing.
The CLG faithful, I'm sure, are happy to hear that. Any words for those fans that are getting really amped up about CLG and the run that you can make?
Yeah, always thanks to the fans. You guys are the reason why we're here doing this, right? So, appreciate you guys.
Well, congratulations on the victory. Great play today from you and the team. We do have one more game to go on the day. Immortals and Evil Geniuses taking off on the stage against one another. For now, it's time for a break. We'll see you on the other side.
Walking up, you're fighting, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking. Let's go. Yeah, I'm trying to kill Nami. Yeah, black.
Nice. Golden Guardians, they got a chunk in mid. Palafox almost dead. Oh, but he's going to trade back. But it will get him mid for bot. But the tack on the side lane, they knock down one more as well. That is going to be Viego dropping his life. A dive under the tower. A double kill through for Dhokla. Huge by the CLG top lane.
I call it the wheel.
I don't think so. This is a miss.
Brother David, behold! It's a fork!
I got 10 forks right here, baby! A toilet? We're not animals. We go outside like humans.
Hancock!
No king!
The people shall have the right to vote!
Even the stupid ones? Edison, can I be honest with you? It stinks. Nobody's gone to the moon, ever! Why not? It's far, it's too far, it's far!
の未来はポータブルミュージックです。
バカか!
Like I was saying, it's FTX. It's a safe and easy way to get into crypto.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I'm never wrong about this stuff. Never.
What you playing?
A very serious game, but these in-game purchases are adding up.
Oh, State Farm has rates to fit your budget.
Mega Sparkle!
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.